All right, we are live, waiting on the video to connect so I can get the link from YouTube to put in our community so that they can join us in the live chat. We just making that easy for them. Let's see here. Are you going to give me the link this morning, please? Oh, I sure appreciate it. I love it when YouTube cooperates. But if you are a solopreneur or an entrepreneur who is struggling to get to your first 6 figures in business, you need to be in our group. Go to shaycannon.info/group. It is free. We have 3 pillars of value. Number 1, we actually come together and build community. Number 2, we collaborate. We come together to help each other better our businesses and to make money together. Number 3, we have conversations about transformational growth for your business, kind of like this morning show, okay? So you need to be there, shaycannon.info/group, all right? And Glow has already clicked a link, and we see Glow in the comments. Good morning, Glow. Good morning, everybody. Let's get started. Welcome to Unlock Your First 6 Figures Morning Show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. Everything we talk about this week comes from a blog because it all starts from a blog. Go to shaycannon.com/PR. PR, because this week what we're talking about is using media to increase your visibility, your credibility, and your revenue, okay? So if you need to know how to get media, right? If you want to know how to get earned media, if you want to know how to get some paid media, I have some hyperlink sources for you in the introductory paragraph to kind of help you out. Go get your media, okay? Because media is a great thing to get to highlight your business, to highlight you, your expertise, help you to stand apart, okay? But this week is actually about, once you get the media, what do you do with it? How do you leverage it in your business, okay? After we finish the strategies today, I will have given you 60 strategies all week long, okay? So if you wanted to know how to take your media feature and enhance your digital presence, okay? That was part 1. Go to Monday's replay and I give you 15 strategies for that, okay? If you want to know how to take your media feature and engage more with your community and your clients, that was part 2. Go to Tuesday's replay. You have 15 strategies in that replay for that. Yesterday, we talked about taking your media feature and creating more content from it and sharing it across different platforms. If you want to know more about that, I gave you a total of 15 strategies for that. So go to yesterday's replay, okay? Now, keep in mind, there are only 7 strategies each on the blog. We give you more on the morning show, so you need the show notes. Now, you can go to shaycannon.com/show. Get the morning show in your inbox. Every day you will get the show notes and a link to the replay. So do that, all right? Today, what we're talking about, we're rounding it out with our 4th category of when you get your media feature, how to use it for direct marketing and sales, right? We've been waiting on this all week, right? The rest of it has been about credibility and visibility, but where is that revenue piece? Here we go. We're ending the media, our week with this, how to use media to get more revenue, all right? So utilizing media features in your direct marketing and sales can drive conversions, okay? It builds trust with your potential clients. It helps them to make a buying decision, right? If everything held even between you and the competition, but you were featured somewhere, you're probably going to get that business, right? So incorporating these media features into campaigns and materials and other things is going to help persuade your prospects to action. All right. So let's get into the first 7 strategies that are on the blog. First, you want to include them in your sales funnel. Okay. Incorporate your media mention in your sales funnels and your landing pages to build trust with potential clients. Okay. In your sales funnels. Use your media mentions in paid ad campaigns to increase credibility and attract clients, okay? Because let me tell you, at the ad point where you're trying to drive traffic, that seeing media icons where you have been featured on something will make them click faster than if you didn't have those media icons, okay? Print materials. Include your media mentions or your icons in printed materials like brochures, flyers, business cards, things like that, okay? Your follow-up emails. Use your media feature as a follow-up in your email marketing campaigns to re-engage potential leads. Okay. There's nothing like getting a fresh feature and going back and telling people who you've been talking to and the conversation has stalled to say, hey, I just wanted to send you this right quick. I think that you can benefit from it. And it's a media feature about you, right? So great way to go back in there and warm up cold leads. Webinar invitations. I'm going to tell the truth. A lot of people are webinared out. It's hard to understand who is an actual expert and who is not. Those media features can help them to understand, hey, this person might just be an expert. So yeah, let me hop on this webinar and see what they're talking about, okay? Versus somebody who doesn't have a media feature and they're like, I don't know if they know what they're talking about. I'm new to them. I don't want to waste an hour, right? So put it on your webinar invitations. Your press releases, okay? When you're writing and distributing your press releases, go ahead and let them know some of the people that you have had press with before so that you can get further exposure, okay? Facebook ads in particular, create targeted Facebook ads highlighting, okay? This ad is about the media feature, highlighting the media feature to attract new audiences, okay? People knowing that you've done something great will help them to follow you, join your communities, all of those things. All right. So that is what is in the blog. Let me go back without all the rigmarole. Add your media feature to sales funnels, paid ads, print materials, follow-up emails, webinar invites, press releases, and create a whole Facebook ad around the feature in and of itself. All right. Now, in the morning show, we give you more. So I have about 8 more strategies to give you that are total 15 for today. Let's go. Direct mail campaigns. Let me tell you how direct mail has not died, okay? Facebook ads out there dying on its last breath, but direct mail campaigns are still going, okay? So include your media features on some type of postcard direct mail to go directly to people. People still love getting little stuff in the mail. Just make it worth their time. Think about, what would make it something for them and not just your opportunity to send them something. This is how we have to think. What's in it for them, not just we want to send you something and sell to you, all right? In your referral programs and your affiliate programs, okay? Referral is, clients that kind of are telling other people about you. So you want to include a mention of the media feature in your referral program materials to encourage referrals, okay? Now, let's go to affiliate. If you don't know how to create your affiliate program, that's what we're doing right now in the Affordable Workshop Series. It is not too late to sign up. shaycannon.com/affiliate. Now, an affiliate program is more like anybody can sell your stuff and get a commission from it, okay? So share the media feature with your affiliates so that they have more things to talk good things about you to help sell your products, okay? So branded merchandise, you can print quotes and excerpts from media features on some of your branded merchandise, right? That's why we have mugs and notebooks and t-shirts. Feel free to, because I don't know about y'all, but I am very quotable and tweetable when I talk. So if you are an expert and you have some sayings going on, some of those sayings have been featured in the press, go ahead and tell people what those sayings are. Pull that out and highlight it on some promotional materials, okay? Event announcements, okay? Reference your media features and announcements for upcoming events, workshops, including the webinars, right? But even in-person events, all right? If you're hosting something, whether it be digital or in-person, make sure you get those media features mentioned. Partnership announcements. Announce new partnerships or collaborations by referencing your media feature for added credibility, all right? Client onboarding. Let me tell you how a lot of you, once you get the money, you need to do something else that's like a buyer's remorse campaign, right? Because some people spend the money, they were already kind of iffy. You can follow up with things in the onboarding of them to help them not have buyer's remorse. One of those things you can do is include in your client onboarding the media feature so your client can see it, so they can further be reinforced in their decision to work with you, especially high ticket stuff, right? In your Q&A sessions with anything that you're doing a Q&A session for, you can feel free to discuss and mention your media features, okay? Now, Let me give you that entire list because we're going to start with Dr. Tachi. I want to know 2 of these that you're going to implement. I want you to understand that the goal is to implement as many as possible. So would you have a problem implementing any of these so we can solve the problem today? Now let's go through the list, okay? Take your media feature and add it to your sales funnels, paid ads, print materials, follow-up emails, webinar invitations, press release. Do a Facebook ad solely dedicated to the media feature, direct mail campaigns, referral programs, affiliate programs, branded merchandise, event announcements, partnership announcements, client onboarding, and any Q&A session that you are a part of, okay? So I would love to know which 2 that you're going to implement, and if you're having any problems with implement any of the 15 strategies we've mentioned today. Good morning, Keith, over there on the YouTube side with Glow. All right, Dr. Tachi, which 2 are you going to implement, and would you have an issue implementing any of these so we can solve the issue for you? Let's see if we can get Dr. Tachi. Look, hello, Dr. Tachi, are you on the line? We're going to go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, which 2 are you going to implement? And would you have a problem implementing any of them, knowing that the goal is for you to implement as many as possible? I feel like y'all fucking with me. Is this the rapture?
Nobody messing with you.
Just saying.
All right. So, let's see. I would be doing the ones that you mentioned. I like I guess I find it interesting maybe for the affiliate program. I guess maybe I need to go back and watch your workshop from last night. But the affiliate program and maybe references and live events, but like because I use the icons and stuff already on my like website and like what the printed stuff that I already do, like I reference that. Like I guess I'm trying to be more quotable and all that stuff so I can like have mugs and stuff like that. Like what you talking about? So
I
I
would
write
love
stuff
that,
out and make
especially
sure I try to
some
say
nice
it.
quotes about health. That would be great. So yeah, and that could definitely be on some promo merchandise. I would love to see that for you. Cool beans. All right, let's go to Debbie. Debbie, which 2 are you going to implement from the strategies we talked about today? And would you have a problem implementing any of them so we can solve the problem for you?
No, I think they're all great suggestions, and I'm trying to implement in several of those categories. I've never done a Facebook ad. I've never done an ad. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because let me tell you about that. Everybody that was in the organic marketing workshop, they already know, right? That's top of funnel stuff. You can run ads, but when people don't know you, they don't buy from you, right? So it's best to run ads for the top of funnel people against some great piece of expertise to get them to start following you so you can further nurture them and then sell to them later. So having a media feature and an ad that goes to it brings more people into the know that you are an expert. You've been featured by this big platform, right? And then in the caption of it, you give them a way to continue to follow you. So that is a top of funnel ad.
Oh, okay. I gotta look into that. Okay.
Yeah. And if y'all need to know more about organic marketing, go to shaycannon.com/organic and get that replay because that awesome workshop is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Debbie.
I will.
All right, Heather, come off the mic and let us know 2 that you're going to implement if you have a problem implementing either. And then I'm going to ask you something. We know that the workshop was last night. I'm going to ask you some nuggets that you learned since we have talked about affiliate programs as a part of today's strategies. So tell me 2 that you're going to implement first, Heather.
Client onboarding, which I had never considered. And so our tech guru, Leticia Austin, often talks to me about don't forget about your local people, right? Like your next bet. And I say the same thing. So I think I'm going to try direct mail here in the city. So I think I'm going to do that.
I love
So,
it.
because I've worked for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel and now I'm back with the hyper local that people know the names. So
Mhm.
why not like put them to work for me?
Love it. Love it. So that was one. What was another one?
Client onboarding.
Oh, client. Yeah, that's right. You said too, direct mail and client onboarding.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so would you have a problem with any of the 15 strategies we've talked about today?
No, I'm just trying. Well, let me ask you this. So
Okay.
so when you're talking about client onboarding, so it's part of the whole customer journey, which I have mine mapped out now, thanks to you and my roadmap, which if you don't have Shay's roadmap, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Anyway, but where is that in like the emails that you send to be like, thank you for signing up. This is like putting it part of, I don't know, almost any communication you have with them. And as it relates to onboarding, like what are the best strategic ways to include it in the client onboarding?
So I would definitely, so first of all, they would have seen it in some of the promotion emails, right?
Correct.
Because that's that email marketing. But I would also bring it to another angle, or maybe even a specific featured media piece in the welcome email, right?
Okay.
And so then any email after that, you know what I'm saying, you kind of want to reinforce in that onboarding process that they have chosen the right person. So it doesn't also have to be email. It could be the kickoff meeting. You know what I'm saying? It could be in the calendar reminder of the kickoff meeting, and you can learn more here about whatever. So you want to strategically place it where they're getting value from somebody who is an expert recognized by other people, right? By
Yep.
me. So those are
Okay.
some ways that you can kind of just creep it in there.
Okay.
And this is where it helps, where you have different types of media, and we're
Yeah.
going beyond just using media icons. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Cool
Okay.
beans. All right, so we're talking about affiliate program is a way to share our feature medias. You were on the workshop last night, and it's not too late for you guys to join the workshop. You can get the replay and watch it over the weekend, and we get started with the challenge portion on Monday, and I will still answer your questions from the replay starting off on the challenge. So go to shaycannon.com/affiliate. Not too late to sign up. So Heather, give me about 3 nuggets that you got from last night's workshop that you feel like will help you to create your affiliate program and get in this affiliate money?
So, well, this is not a strategy part for you, like the information part, but what blew me away was learning that affiliate marketing is a 12 billion with a B $1 billion industry annually. So like, why aren't we getting a piece of that? Right? Like, let's go. But what I appreciated about the workshop itself was that you were very strategic about how you approach it. Like, this is what we have to do before, during, still during, after, and then like these, and so there's very well defined points under each of those. So before you create the program, all the things you need to stay on point, how to offer the service at scale, which really helped me. That definition that you providing your service at scale was really the light bulb over my head for me.
Yeah.
Because I had questions around that, and then you helped clarify that. So then I don't know, girl, I got like 4 pages of notes. Like
that was good enough. I just wanted you to give some little nuggets, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want you to summarize the whole thing. Like, they can get the replay.
yeah,
Right?
but
shaycannon.com
get the replay, but
affiliate.
yeah, but it definitely like leads you, like you had a slide that outlined, we're going to talk about X, Y, Z, there we go. And then you absolutely did that, but then you put so much value under each of those points that I went to my friend's last night and just sat outside she had a fire going, and I was like, I couldn't even stop thinking about it because I was like, I got to make this happen. I got to make this happen.
It's cool beans though, but and to clarify, right? The fact that the affiliate marketing industry is a $12 billion industry, that's just the commission amount. That is not even the amount of the offers. So that is the people that are selling somebody else's stuff. 12 billion. So how much have they made for the people whose stuff they sold? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Okay,
know. I know.
Okay.
Clarity, right? No problem. So it's on the sales page too, Teray. So Kimberly, put yours in the comment. I know you're at the Dream Funder, so put your 2 strategies from today that you're going to implement in the comments, please, ma'am. And if you have any questions or problems. So Teray, let's go to you. What 2 things from today are you going to implement, and do you have any problems implementing any of them?
All right, so I want to do the press release because Heather's been on my case about that for a year.
Just
And so as soon as you said it, I was like, I already know. And then I need to do the partnership announcements.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
Definitely the partnership announcements.
And so don't forget that in the introductory paragraph, you got 3 resources where you can do paid distribution of your press release when you get it written up, right? Because that's a part of paid media. So we could do a press release and we can send it to people for free, but there are whole directories that people go to looking for it. So that's what that paid distribution of your press release is. So again, I like brand featured the best, and that's the one that had all of the icons where they got me over 100 features on that one press release. Yeah. There's EIN Press Wire, and then like I said, if you have something that is put in that has an angle for the Black community, then blackpr.com, and all of that is in the introductory paragraph. So that is awesome. Heather said she can help you with that. So she said, let's talk about it. Cool beans. Okay. I love it.
But I do have a question about how to incorporate it into the Q&A sessions.
So again, you want to kind of think of, so when we're talking about our media features, in some cases, we're only showing icons. In other cases, we're actually bringing up content from a feature, right? A featured article or a quote or whatever we've done, and we're bringing that into the Q&A. Yes, I once got featured in Time Magazine about this, and that article was about, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why it's a good thing to keep up with, you know, what are all of your media features, right? So that you understand what your content is. Like I have one article that I did for, I think, the Thrive Global, where I talked about not making a prison of entrepreneurship, right? I knew that that was going to be evergreen, right? I did that, I think, 3 years ago. But I knew it was going to be evergreen. I can keep referring back to that time and time again. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Let me see. I don't know. I'll see if I can find it in a second, because I'll be putting stuff where I don't necessarily know where it is later on. But basically, be strategic with what you're pitching so that it is something you can refer to time and time again. So when it's again, when it's a Q&A, you say, yeah, a lot of people think entrepreneurship automatically equals freedom, but you have to set it up for freedom. In fact, you know, I wrote this article for Thrive Global about just this topic. You see what I'm saying? So you can very easily get into that. You can even talk about, like, I know that some of your media has to do with things that are not necessarily what you're talking about right now, right? But you can talk about some things like being nervous about doing stuff or something, right? For example, when I was featured on the Steve Harvey show, I had never been in front of that many people before in my life. And, you know, it was an interesting thing, but I used some of the tips that I'm telling you on how to go on a date. I know you're going to be nervous, but if it can help me get in front of the Steve Harvey show, it can help you get in front of a potential mate. You see what I'm saying? So you can still bring in different things, even though, you know, that worry that you had that you no longer have was there, right?
That's genius. That's genius. Because whenever you're in Q&A sessions, you're pretty much talking to top of funnel. These are people who don't know you, but whenever you're talking about it, you're giving them that credibility, and they're finding that they are able to trust you. And whenever they and your experience, so that if you do have something that you want to sell on the back end, then they'll trust you enough to buy it. So they're knowing you and liking you and trusting you more in order to buy your product. That's genius.
Exactly. And you know, I do that with podcasts too. You know, people love to talk about my lifestyle on different podcasts. And so I'll tell people, yeah, I was once on a podcast interviewed about this, and I said, so just the fact that you said podcast, that still gives you some credibility. They don't have to know what podcast. You don't have to tell them the name of the podcast if it's not that big. Like if it ain't Joe Rogan or something, they probably don't know about it. But the fact that you said that you were on a podcast, or what I like to say is I'm on podcasts all the time. And this is one of the things I talk about. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time. Let me show you something. So I have a spreadsheet with all of my content. It needs to be updated, but I have where I've been a podcast guest. I have media where I've been mentioned, and I have media where I've been featured. I have media where I wrote it. So I'm going to go to this one because I need to get back into, oh, that's where I don't want that one. I won't. So that is how I taught y'all to do it, right? You have a blog post category with your media in it and kind of refer them over. So that is an example of that at least, but I want to go to the original. Okay, there it goes. So being a contributing writer gets you a lot of good stuff. So, ooh, they got the government name. All right. But don't make a prison of entrepreneurship, infusing freedom into your business, right? It says it's a 5-minute read. So, I mean, I gave 5 key ways to do it. I can refer back to this to the end of time. Look, published in 2020. I've been using this media for 4 years. So don't tell me you have media that's old. You can still refer to it if you're strategic about the subject matter, right? Let's go back. I did one for the Good Men Project. Let me see if I can get this. Is okay. There we go. So this platform is for men. And so I talked about fathering a girl boss. Again, this was in 2020, right? Because it's so much about how little girls are taught to be docile that don't serve them coming into this big world to be, you know, have these big, hairy, audacious goals and all of that, right? So I've done that. I can refer back to that time and time again, right? But even in some of the features that I've gotten, well, I don't really want the features. I want some of these where I've been mentioned with other people. Look at some of these titles. Let me see if I can. I don't know where the thing is to make it bigger. So anyway, the top 7 coaching trends for 2021. Clubhouse for 24 hours. Shout out to Dryer Buzz, because we were talking about a top of mind subject. There was a media person on the Clubhouse that day, and she said, if anybody wants to talk to me about it, and I reached out to her, and then I got to be a part of that article. 10 sales strategy plan tips for small businesses in 2021. Business coaching and benefits of working with a coach. Okay, how to make money on Amazon. I've been featured by other people, just like Dr. Tachi featured me. I've had other people talk about me, so I need to add Dr. Tachi to this list. Entrepreneur Tay Lee finds her fortune, so she was talking about how I help her. Looking back, do you wish you had taken a leap sooner? I was a part of that one. Conventional writing wisdom you can ignore, effective immediately. 3 tips to launch a successful podcast. Now, this again wasn't even about me. It was somebody who I helped to launch their podcast, and they mentioned my name as being instrumental in them launching their podcast. Digital Black Voices, podcasting in the Black public sphere. I was a part of that feature. So even your podcast stuff, like make sure you're centering it around stuff that you want to be known for, that's evergreen, right? So I've been interviewed by a bunch of people, business people, lifestyle people, all of that kind of stuff, but I'm always incorporating into that stuff sound bites that I can use later. All right. So great stuff. Heather said, Teray, you can talk about stuff around the media, like your perseverance, the creativity, and the attention to detail. So that's definitely it. I don't think Kimberly had a chance to add anything in the comments. So let's check and see what we're doing over here on Facebook. Glow says she's going to do a referral program for her lock business. Keith said he's going to do referral programs and announcing partnerships. Keith, you might want to get on this affiliate program, because people who think your graphic designs are great, if you built an affiliate program around graphic design packages, that could be a good thing, especially if you have the staff that can handle servicing it at scale. Glow said announcing partnerships with Conversations with Glow podcast. So there you go, y'all. Anybody have any questions about what we talked about any this week? Okay, we did 4 categories, 15 strategies each. So the categories were enhancing your digital presence with media, engaging your community and clients with media, creating and sharing new content based on your media, and today's using media for direct marketing and sales. This was a great week. Thank you, Dr. LaFera, for inspiring this on last week with your question. So anybody have any questions about using media to increase your credibility, your visibility, and your revenue?
I would like to share my shares, please.
Thank you, Dr. Tachi, because I forgot just that quick. So, Dr. Tachi, what are your 2 things you're going to implement from today's strategies? And do you have any questions about any of this stuff so that we can get that solved for you so you can do all of these things?
Press release.
Yes.
And Facebook ads featuring that. I did not ever think about that, but that is an excellent idea.
Yeah, because the reason why people are afraid of Facebook ads is because they don't know how to make them work for them, right? And they don't understand that depending on where someone is in your lead funnel, that dictates what type of ad you should be running that targets them, right? And right now with retargeting being up in the air, because tech is, blocking a lot of that retargeting, it's even harder. So it's easier to do top of funnel people who don't know you, coming into awareness of you, to offer them something of value as a paid ad. Get more people into your email marketing, into your online communities, right? Following you on social media so that you have the opportunity to nurture them to go from cold to warm and then sell to them, right? So yeah, most ads that you run, unless you're like a Temu or Walmart or Wish, where basically the value is there, this cheap thing that I want, right? But when you're not selling based on price like that, then you're selling based on value. And if they don't know you, they don't know that you're going to serve the value. So you bring them into your ecosphere to nurture them more as a goal. So yes, most
Excellent.
definitely.
And I do have a question.
Yes.
And this could also be for Heatherina. Do you?
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Should you do more than one press release on the same thing at the same time?
Yes, but it has to be slightly different. And it depends on where you're sending it. So if you're doing, like, if you are appealing to your local media, then you're going to send them something that is talking to the people in their viewing area. But you can adjust the press release to take out local mentions and send it out on the wire.
Okay, that makes sense, because I was looking at the 2 sources, well, the several sources. So one is for melanated folk. So would you then adjust to or
yeah, you definitely want to say like Black businesses, Black owned businesses, Black women owned businesses, those kind of phrases, because those are also searchable keywords. But then if you're going to send it out to more of a broader audience that is not targeted to Black owned businesses, then you can take out those mentions and just say businesses or small businesses or whatever target that is.
Okay. Okay, yes. Thank you. This was helpful.
No problem. And I'll say, if you're doing the paid distribution, what you might want to do is stagger it. Just if it's, because that's more budget friendly, right? So like for example, for Dr. Joffrey, we're doing 1 press release a month. And we're doing it through paid distribution, but then we'll go back and do a higher price paid distribution once a quarter. So if there are budgetary issues, you can kind of do the lower price one more often, the higher price one, less often. You can stagger them like once a month, or instead of trying to do 2 at a time, which will cost you double. So it's just ways of looking at it. But you can get with Heather, and Heather can teach you how to do local, and the local stuff tends to be free.
The local is free, and you have to do those 1 at a time. They have to be specific to the reporter.
There you go.
Oh, wonderful. So I will get with you when you come back from the
Hell.
Hellfest.
Yeah.
Hellfest. Once Hellfest is over, then yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
interesting.
Gabby, you had
I
a
have a
question?
question. Yeah.
What you
So you said that is it the same press release that you're sending out at different price levels, or are they different press releases?
Different ones, but
Okay.
what Heather was saying is how you can send something that's based on the same information, just tweaked to different
Mm-hmm.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to send different press releases all together about different content to different ones.
Gotcha.
But it depends on what's going on, right? For example, right now, Dr. Toya has been featured with Lisa Nichols in this book that has just gotten released, right? That would be something that is big enough that I would consider doing a different type of angle on the same thing through different types of paid press release distribution at the same time, because this is a moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if I'm
Okay.
creating a moment, it's not necessarily a moment. I would like to stretch my moments. I would like to create a moment per month. You know what I'm saying? And get it out that way. So
Okay.
no problem. All right. Kimberly says she wants to do the press release, the ads, and the local media. Thank you for that, Kimberly. Over on the YouTube live chat, we got T. Lynn. Tracy has joined us. We missed you, Tracy. Thank you for joining us over there. She said great information. Anybody else have any questions about the week? Because it was a good week. I tell you what, I'll give you time while I go over the announcements. So if you want to get the morning show in your inbox, that is a reminder in the morning to jump on the live chat on YouTube. And in the afternoon, you will get the show notes and you will get the replay link to the episode. Go to shaycannon.com/show. SHOW and get the morning show in your inbox. It is not too late for you to be a part of the workshop. That is the Amplify Your Revenue with Affiliates. Go to shaycannon.com/affiliate. The workshop was last night, but you have time to watch the replay before we get started with the implementation part next week. So it's not too late. shaycannon.com/affiliate. Tonight, if you're in our quarterly CEO productivity membership, tonight is fuck up night. It's a members only discussion about what's going right, what's going wrong, and options to fix it. This event is BYOB, which is bring your own beverage, and BYOBP, which is bring your own business problems. Okay. Also, this week in the community, in our group, shaycannon.info/group, we have a free training that is the precursor to the workshop. It's showing you what you need to do in your business to get it ready for an affiliate program. And that part is free. It's going on in our free group, shaycannon.info/group. And by the way, I forgot yesterday's episode, so we're going to release 2 today to finish out that free training. So anybody with any questions before we get out of here? Because that is our announcements.
I got a quick question.
Oh, thank you, because you know I love questions. What you got, Dr. LaFera?
So for like if you're running your media mention through a Facebook ad, would you like at the end for the call to action, would you say like if you are whatever, like a woman who deals with this, or if you are suffering from this, or if you struggle with this, follow me? Is that like what you're talking about, like after you do the media mention? After you run
Are
like
you
the
talking
ad with
about
the
like
media
using
mention?
some of the strategies we talked about today?
Mm-hmm.
How do you, yeah. So some of that could be that, like, for example, if you did a media mention on some of the things that you're currently talking about, you can say, yes, like I said in this media mention, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This information will be good for you to know. You know what I'm saying? So you just bring it up. So instead of just giving them the information, you're infusing into that. Yeah, I was featured in media saying this same thing. You see what I'm saying?
So it's kind of like you doing a reel or something, but then you mention the media mention, and then you do the call to action and say, okay, if you are whatever, then follow me for more content like this or something like that. Is that what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
that's one call to action that you can have. And it depends on which category of strategies you're going to use. So that sounds like yesterday's, where you were creating content, and so you have a call to action at the end. It could be some of today's where you're running an ad. So are you talking about the Facebook ad one?
Yeah, the Facebook ad.
Okay, yeah. So you could just you have, so the picture or the video could be about the media mention, and then you can tell them what the call to action is, and also include it in the caption of the ad. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So it
All
depends
right.
on what kind of, so the Facebook ad, you can do a video, you can do a picture, you can do audio, right? So it depends on what version of it you're going to do. You could have a graphic up there with your picture, the title of the feature, right? The icon, you know what I'm saying? The news icon. And then in the caption, it's telling them more with the call to action. But when you do an ad, there's a button for a call to action also.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay.
Most definitely.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
No problem, no problem. Shawana is over here on YouTube right before we go. She said, hey, ladies, see you after my birthday vacation. Happy birthday, Shawana Kennedy Media. Have a good time over there. All right, Debbie, you had something?
This was a great week, an amazing week. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks. Awesome. Yeah, this is going to be one of those weeks where you definitely need the show notes, and you're definitely going to refer back to it. So shout out again to Dr. LaFera for bringing it up last week, and me realizing I think we can go deeper on this. And I came up with 60 strategies for categories. Okay, let's get it, right? So there's no reason why that you shouldn't be pursuing media, because now you know exactly how to get the value out of the media time and time again. Okay.
One more thing.
Alrighty. What you got, Dr. Tachi?
One more thing.
Yes.
Gwendolyn from Indie Soup, really, we had a conversation last night, and she said how much she enjoyed what you said on your show about expat life. She really, really enjoyed it. So just wanted to let you know.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So for those of you that don't know, this is the morning show, but I have another show on the Indie Soup Media Network, which is Dr. Tachi's network. And that show is not so much about business as it is lifestyle for business owners. And the name of it is Design Your CEO Life. If you go to shaycannon.com/design, you can catch the replay of the first episode and let me know what you think about it. So thank you for that, Dr. Tachi. I enjoyed interacting with her in the live chat. So I'm going to do that again on Tuesday as the broadcast go. Again, go to shaycannon.com/design. It has the first episode, and it has the date and times of all the episodes coming up for this. This is my first season. So cool beans. Thank you for that, Dr. Tachi. Kimberly said, is it possible to get a list of everyone's shows with links? I mean, it's possible for you to just subscribe to the YouTube channel and see all the shows. Kimberly, she got them on playlists. I mean, when you say links, they're all on. I mean, that's just like asking for a link to NBC for all the shows. You see what I'm saying? Kimberly laughing.
Because that's not bloody gonna happen. But anyway.
I'm like, you just need
kidding.
to go subscribe to the Indie Soup YouTube channel. And I'll add that link into the show notes too for y'all, so that y'all can go over there and subscribe to the channel. What do you want to add, Teray?
No, I was wondering if maybe Kim's question was, everybody who has a show on Dr. Tachi's channel, you have a place on your Facebook page where we can put links to not only our own LinkedIn and everything, but links, our links like that. Maybe that's what she's talking about.
That is what she's talking about. However, everybody didn't do like I did and create a web page just for their show. So
right.
You see what I'm saying? There are no links for everybody's show. There's just the link to the network that is showing all the shows right now.
Right. Yeah, I know, but it looks like she that is what she's talking about. So if we have a YouTube something, then we would put it.
That's already there. Go to guides.
Right.
I'll show y'all where that is.
I think that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's in the group. So let's
it's in the group, Kim, if you want to see it.
So if you enter our group, right, and you go to guides, Y'all don't use these, but y'all ask for these. So you got a community business directory. You got where you can request community barter. So if you want to work with somebody and give them something of value in return instead of money. And then you got the follow trains. You got the Facebook page. You got the Facebook group. You got the Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. You see what I'm saying? It's all in there. Twitter, Pinterest. And I start off every one of them as an example. So it's already over there. Again, go inside of the group, shaycannon.info/group. Get in the group, go to guides, and all of that is there.
So if we have a page that we want to put a link to share with the group, like what Kim is suggesting, if I have a channel on Dr. Tachi's, or if for instance, like I shared the link from my Steve Harvey clip with Dr. Tachi, if I want to share that in the group, where would I put that?
It would depend on what is the context for it, right? Because I don't allow people to just post on the wall, so that we don't turn into one of those groups where people are always promoting their stuff and then you don't want to even be in the group anymore, right? So it just depends. Like if there's a show where we talked about it, then I always tell y'all, go to the link with a show where we talk about the show, put it in those specific comments, right? So like we don't have the show live in the group anymore, but what we do have is for every episode, there is, let's get out of here. We want to go to discussions. For every episode, there's the show notes and there's an announcement for them to come on the show, right? So you could always put it under there. So if we talked about it during the show, you can always add it in under the one that says come to YouTube for the show, right? Because this is what it looks like at the start of every show. When I say I'm grabbing a link to give to the community, this is that post.
Got it.
So you could always use that post. You could always tell me during the show, hey, can you include this link in the show notes? Because I just pull stuff and include it. But if you have something you want included, you can, of course, tell me.
Got it.
Cool beans. All right. Anybody else? Dr. LaFera said, that's radical. Too funny.
She was saying that she wanted a name like I gave Heatherina. I said, okay, how about Farrakhan? That's why she said that's radical.
That is funny.
But she's making radical changes to people's lives.
Cool beans. I love it all. I love it all. All right. Well, you guys have a great day and a great weekend. The studio is closing in 5,